All right, so full disclosure, I have a lot of exes. I mean, a lot of exes. But the thing is, I always think that every single one of them is the one. Like, that's it. I go on the first date and I call my mom and I'm like, Mom, I love him. And more recently, Mom, I love her. Right? So anyway, so I go on these dates and I always, I see them and it's like, the room fogs out and music starts to play and they start I don't know, I just start thinking this is it. This is the person I'm supposed to spend the rest of my life with, and here's why. And within the first 15 minutes of the date, I have justified to myself why I'm supposed to spend the rest of my life with this person. Spoiler alert, it has not worked out. Not once, not one single time. It has not worked out. And my mom is this crazy little Italian lady, and she's kind of psychic in the way that little Italian ladies are. And she always says to me, you just have to wait. And by says to me, I mean she sings that old 60s song about not hurrying love. So she sings that to me, and she's like, you just have to wait. You'll find the right person immediately. I know who he is. He's Patrick Swayze. And I go, I don't know who that is, but I think he's dead. So anyway, so my mom always tells me, the person you're gonna be with forever is Patrick Swayze. Or he looks like Patrick Swayze, or there's something, and I can't get it out of my mind about Patrick Swayze. And so I'm like, that's crazy. I looked him up on Google, and he's hideous. I hate him. Realistically, I get it. When he was young, he was super cute, but those are not the most recent Google results. So don't at me about this, okay? So anyway, so I'm going through life this whole time, and I keep looking for these clues about Patrick Swayze or whatever, and I keep trying to find them. I'm like, he likes to dance, or he said the word dirty in our first date. And right, so I keep trying to make it happen, okay? And it never happens. And I'm talking to my mom, and I'm like, I'm getting impatient. Which is stupid, because I'm 4 years old. I mean, I'm 23. It's dumb. But so anyway, so things just didn't work out, and I'm kind of at the end of my rope with relationships, and I'm like, I'm not going to do this anymore. I decided to go on one more date with somebody I met through a friend's band. It was Tinder. I have a lot of different stories, by the way, for how we met, so eventually I'm going to have to gather all my loved ones and have a come to Jesus moment about how I actually met this guy. So anyway, so I go on one more date, and I walk into Mission Taco on 15th and Sansom. It's very good, absolutely. So I walk into Mission Taco, and I look, and I see him, and he waves at me, and the room doesn't blur, and there's no music, but I feel really calm. And I was like, nah, this probably ain't it. Because I didn't see that crazy, I wasn't trying to justify it. I was just comfortable and happy, whatever. So we go and we sit. We're starting to talk. He's making me laugh. I have a lot of margaritas. And by a lot, I mean two. I'm a lightweight. It's fine. And so towards the end of the date, I'm like, I don't want this to end, but we're definitely at the end of our guac, and I don't want any more tacos. So I say, why don't we go to a comedy show? So we go to this comedy show. It's this little theater on 11th and Vine. We go to this little show, and we sit down. It's called The Slam, ironic. And we sit down. It's called The Slam, and it's a joke poetry slam. It's really funny, and there's audience participation. So out of all the people in the audience, there's 5 people who have pieces of paper under their seat. And the thing about it is you can hold the piece of paper up if the poem makes you feel a certain way or another way. So the options for that slam was you could hold a piece of paper up if the poem made you feel, number 1, like a clawfoot bathtub, okay, or number 2, like Patrick Swayze. I was so mad, guys. I was so mad because this guy reaches under his seat and pulls out a picture of Patrick Swayze. And I thought to myself, No. Mom, no. You gotta be kidding me. I was so mad. I mean, I did really like him, but I was so mad that my mom was right about something. Like, you know what I mean? Even if we're not together forever, they're like, still, like, she correctly predicted it. You know what? She's right. And we all hate when our mom's right. So anyway, so he pulls out this picture of Patrick Swayze. My jaw drops. I don't think he noticed. He's here. It doesn't look like he noticed. But so, my jaw drops. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it. So we go through the show, we go to a bar, we're hanging out, and at the end of the date, I'm like, all right, he's definitely gonna kiss me. Like, this is gonna be a great test. And he doesn't, okay? He doesn't. He pulls a me on me. Like, that's the kind of shit that I do when I, like, go on dates, and I'm like, I want him to think that I am a delicate flower, and that I will not just give up my lips for anyone, and that I am the one. Like, those are the kind of games I play. Like, he pulled that game on me, and I was so mad at him, but I couldn't even be mad, you know? Because by the end of the date, I liked him so much. So anyway, I couldn't even pull that on him. And I don't really have an ending to this story because we're still together. He's not in my X-Files. So I don't really have an ending to this story other than I'm mad that my mom was right, number one. And number two, like, after all these exes and after playing the game for so long, I finally stopped playing the game, and I met someone that I was just myself with, and he thought that was cool, and I think that that's cool, and I hope that we'll dirty dance for a while, so...